Because our chair, affordable housing, allow me to get this team to stand just now, all of them. There is the chair of Affordable Housing Board, and specifications sometimes have been picked and taken from meetings that the teams have held with the president. Place. So I want to also, in that regard, thank His Excellency the President for enabling this particular program to go on. Let me then take this opportunity, the governor of this county with your teams, to thank Kenya Mortgage Refinance Company for inviting me here as a chief guest to the 4th Kenya Affordable Housing Conference. Indeed, I was very conflicted because I was supposed to be the one appearing before the committee in Parliament, but we agreed with the Principal Secretary that you may not be able to have the two of us. So that's why now I was able to come here. This being my second meeting with you, I take great pride in participating in the conference. Our presence today is a testament of our shared resolve to transform the housing sector through innovation, financing, and policy alignment. I'm especially pleased to note the presence of distinguished guests from the East African Community, partner states, Tanzania, and Uganda. And from across the globe, allow me to repeat and mention India is here, Pakistan, Malaysia, Karibuni, Kenya. Most welcome to our country. Your presence enriches this conversation and affirms that housing challenge and its opportunities are shared across borders. We look forward to learning from your experiences and forging stronger regional partnerships going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme of this conference, Revolutionizing Housing Innovation Meets Sustainability, speaks directly to our promise under the bottom-up economic transformation agenda of revolutionizing the housing market in the country. Affordable housing program is not just a promise, it is a national transformation agenda in motion. Under the leadership of His Excellency the President, the Kenya Kwanza administration is resolute in its commitment to deliver 1 million affordable housing units by 2027. That is our target. A direct response to our country's housing deficit, urban informality, and youth unemployment. Reminding you that the numbers have been mentioned by my Housing Secretary, 300,000 now, and that cuts across both artisans, Juakari sector, and professionals in that sector. This is not just about housing, it's about building a better, more inclusive, more dignified future. Each housing unit is a symbol of progress. Each site is a source of employment and dignity. Each home opens the door to improved health, education, is Kenya's most ambitious social and economic empowerment tool, and we are determined to deliver it with scale. And gentlemen, with a deficit of over 2 million homes and growing annual demand, the challenge before us is immense. But so is we have a target to deliver 200,000 units of affordable housing annually. I would like to acknowledge the immense contribution KMRC is making in supporting government in the provision of affordable housing by providing affordable home loans to wananchi. To date, KMRC disbursed over 21.4 billion in the long term. Single-digit fixed interest rate, very affordable, and funding to primary mortgage lenders, enabling the issuance of 4,500 affordable home loans across 39 counties. This has not only expanded access to affordable housing finance, but also demonstrated that KMRC is offering a product, I beg your pardon. This has demonstrated that KMRC's product that it's offering is really a game changer in the mortgage market. Ladies and gentlemen, while access to affordable finance is critical, housing finance is critical, the efficiency with which we perfect securities is equally important. We were engaging this morning on how we can expedite that. Efficient housing finance requires simple mortgage asset registration, and I really hope that you can engage robustly on this particular subject or around that area. Delays in title verification, land searches, and charge registration to ensure that those bottlenecks are removed. And that is why the ministry is accelerating the digitization of land registries. We are transforming the land administration system into a secure, transparent, and service-oriented platform. Already, this platform is operational in Nairobi and Murang'a, and is also being rolled out in other counties, Mombasa, Isiolo, Marsabit, and Machakos. Our national objectives will be going to other 10 counties within the next 1 year. Our national objective is to digitize and integrate all land registries across the 47 counties. AdhiSasa is more than a digital upgrade. It is the backbone of tenure security, efficient land markets, and inclusive housing. By digitizing land records, AdhiSasa enhances transparency, reduces fraud, and gives citizens, investors, and developers and financiers in this area real-time access to critical land data and records. Our goal is to establish a unified, secure, and modern land administration system across all 47 counties, laying in the groundwork for sustainable housing and economic development. With urban land becoming scarce day by day, well-planned vertical development is our future. To unlock this, we will operationalize the Sectional Properties Act, enabling apartment owners to obtain individual titles. This makes high-density housing viable for banks, developers, and homeowners alike. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I will affirm my ministry's commitment. I'm affirming my ministry's commitment to working together with all housing stakeholders to unlock the full potential of affordable housing as a driver of inclusive growth, economic transformation. I would mention that we are at a good and the National Treasury to allow more funding or broader funding for this particular exercise. And we believe we'll be able to get that, so that within the next couple of years, we can be able to fully automate and digitize our land records. With those few remarks, to declare the 4th Affordable Housing Conference officially opened, and I wish you all very fruitful deliberations and engagement. Karibuni sana, most welcome, and enjoy. As we were taking a cup of tea, Said, when you go back, just know we are behind the market. The demand is putting pressure on KMRC of the release of the unit, so that they have customers who are ready. It is obvious that they have the money, and if they don't have, of course, they don't have the money, it means with this demand, it creates an opportunity for them to look for resource or resource mobilize, so that we now need to roll out our sleeves even better and faster, so that the market is now start receiving the units. And because you are here with your chair, just put as much pressure as you can. I think I'm happy that we are now being told the houses are required as like yesterday. One of the biggest challenges has been to bring Kenyans on board into this sector. I know I have declared the meeting. I'm now speaking into the conference as a participant now, not as a guest. Not as a guest. So the conference is fully declared, opened, and so therefore allow me just a bite to the engagement that will happen. So what I'm saying is that we are moving well. I want to confirm to Kenyans and our stakeholders that what is in the pipeline is actually, if we do because we've been, working, I think 24/7, what is in the pipeline is not less than 600,000 units. Pipeline meaning procurement, and we have various types of housing. What has given us the biggest now pressure and demand to channel out is the housing, institutional housing, both for the men in uniform, the disciplined forces, including the army, the prisons, the police. All of them require the institutional housing, but also our learning institutions, universities, TVETs, everybody has started demanding, and there is no single institution in this country, including our big secondary schools, have made written requests to the president, to Affordable Housing Board, to the minister, to the principals. They come in triples. So, and I'm happy that the relationship between ourselves and the county governments and the question of land is now better understood, and most counties are willingly, like you have heard the governor saying, legal frameworks for purposes of his county is in place. Administrative, challenges are cleared, and that they have land, the governor has land available for development. And that is music also to developers. It means you can directly engage the governor, because in this area, basically we are working under Article 43 as dependents or interdependents in terms of delivering this critical constitutional mandate under Article 43. So what I was saying is that the figures that we have put out there of about 72, we hope to get up to 90 billion per year. Of course, when you start, and we are happy that we have the legal framework, and now we're just at the tail end of the regulation. 72 billion Kenya shilling, away from 400 billion Kenya shilling, means to me, and maybe for you, as a big opportunity for investment, for banks to come up with products that speak even outside what we are offering, and therefore, so that we can now be able to raise the balance of that projection that we have. So I want to challenge this meeting, this convention, that give us ideas. The Kenyans now have understood the demand on our desks for the houses, other than what is at KMRC, is already bigger than the supply we have. So we need other players and actors and other resources to be able to deal with the 2 million overall, 2.5 million overall housing deficit. With those remarks now then being, I will go into your records as having first come as a guest. You know, you can come as a guest and you don't participate. You know, so I want to say that you are keep us, bring more stakeholders in terms of, and I'm really India and Pakistan and Malaysia, the ideas, and even Tanzania, you know. I don't know, between us, Tanzania, you know, we are good competitors. We compete. And this is something we can agree that we compete. We are also hoping under with the partnership with the UN Habitat, we'll be able to get global champions. And indeed, that is a matter that we are pushing to UNGA next month, so that His Excellency the President can be able to host a breakfast or a meeting and engage his counterparts in terms of global championship for housing or on housing for all, so that we can get champions to speak bigger and louder and more heavier voices that also can draw the right attention to this sector, because the investment, the resources, is a huge gap there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam CS, as both the chief guest and the panelist and the participant and the speaker. How are we all doing, everybody? Can I just see your hands if you're well? Even if you're not well, let me see the other hand. We can get help to you very, very quickly. We want to open it up just for a few minutes for some questions and some